Well, hello there, you sultry connoisseurs of cinema, and welcome to Movie Magic, where we're about to take you on a cinematic journey as steamy as a hot summer night. I'm your guide to the unknown, and today we're diving headfirst into the scorching passion that is There Will Be Blood, a 2007 masterpiece that'll set your screen on fire. But before we embark on this journey of greed and ambition, ensure you've got your finest whiskey poured, your wits sharp, and that subscribe button clicked like a decisive deal. And now, let the heat rise. In 1898, Daniel Plainview finds silver while prospecting in New Mexico, but breaks his leg. Dragging himself from the pit, he takes a sample to an assay office and receives a silver and gold claim. In 1902, he discovers oil near Los Angeles and establishes a drilling company. Following the death of a worker in an accident, Daniel adopts the man's orphaned son. The boy, H.W., becomes his nominal business partner, allowing Daniel to present himself to potential investors as a family man. In 1911, Daniel is approached by Paul Sunday, a young man who tells him of an oil deposit under his family's property in Little Boston, California. Daniel visits the Sundays' property and meets Paul's identical twin brother Eli, a local preacher. Daniel attempts to purchase the farm from the Sundays at a bargain price under the ruse of using it to hunt quail, but his motives are questioned by Eli, who knows the land has drilling potential. In exchange for the property, Eli demands $10,000 for his church. An agreement is made, and Daniel acquires all the available land in and around the Sunday property, save for one holdout, William Bandy, after Daniel neglected to negotiate with him. Eli asks to bless the well before drilling begins. Daniel initially agrees, but refuses to allow it when the time comes. Oil drilling begins, and a series of misfortunes occur. An accident kills one worker, and a gas blowout deafens H.W. and destroys the drilling infrastructure. Eli blames the disasters on the well not having been blessed. When Eli publicly demands the money still owed to him, Daniel beats and humiliates him. At the dinner table that night, Eli attacks and berates his father for having trusted Daniel. A man arrives at Daniel's doorstep claiming to be his half-brother, Henry. Daniel hires him. A jealous H.W. sets fire to their house, intending to kill Henry. Daniel sends H.W. to a school for the deaf in San Francisco. A Standard Oil representative offers to buy out Daniel's local interests. But, after a perceived slight, Daniel refuses and instead strikes a deal with Union Oil to build a pipeline to the California coast. However, Bandy's ranch remains an impediment. Daniel becomes suspicious of Henry after he failed to recognize a local joke and confronts him one night at gunpoint. Henry confesses that he was a friend of the real Henry, who died of tuberculosis, and that he had impersonated Henry in the hope that Daniel could give him a job. Although the imposter promises to leave and never return, an enraged Daniel murders the imposter and buries his body. Daniel drinks heavily and weeps. The next morning, Daniel is awakened by Bandy, who knows of Daniel's crime and wants him to publicly repent in Eli's church in exchange for an easement for the pipeline running across his land. As part of his baptism, Eli humiliates Daniel and coerces him into confessing that he abandoned his son. Later, while the pipeline is being built, H.W. reunites with Daniel, and Eli leaves Little Boston for missionary work. In 1927, H.W. marries Mary Sunday, the younger sister of Paul and Eli. Daniel, now extremely wealthy but a raging alcoholic, lives alone in a large mansion. H.W. asks his father to dissolve their partnership so that he can establish his own independent drilling company in Mexico. Daniel angrily mocks H.W.'s deafness before revealing his true origins as a bastard from a basket. H.W. tells Daniel he is glad that they are not related and walks out. Daniel jeers at H.W. as he departs. While Daniel, drunk, is in his mansion's private bowling alley, Eli, now a radio preacher, visits him. Eli offers to sell Daniel the Bandy Ranch property rights, since Bandy has recently died. Daniel agrees on the condition that Eli denounce his faith and credibility. Eli acquiesces, after which Daniel coldly reveals that the property is now worthless because his neighboring wells have already drained the same oil reservoir, like a straw drinking a milkshake. Desperate, Eli confesses to having lost money in the 1929 stock market crash and having strayed morally. Daniel taunts Eli before chasing him around the bowling alley and killing him with a bowling pin. When his butler appears to ask about the commotion, Daniel announces, "I'm finished."